tasking on Wednesdays, but since it was kind of behind because Uncle Sam wanted me to die this week, we're gonna do it today. We're gonna go over some other stuff that is kind of different for this op compared to our recent ones. We've been doing a lot of island hopping and kind of quick objective stuff, but Bloodspire is going to be pretty long term in terms of this campaign. How are the people just now getting in VR? All right, we're still waiting a couple of people, and then after that,
30 minutes
we're going to talk about Invictus. We're going to talk about the current state of it. We're into Bloodspire. If that's not a welcome back for you and you were here after that, Bloodspire is one of the first locations we ever went to in the campaign. All the way back when we were in that whole tussle with the PRC and the AAF. We're back in Bloodspire. Now it's under IDA control. Bloodspire is its own nation. It's not part of any of their factions and stuff like that. But they're not a very strong nation and they don't have a very high population. So the IDA has stepped in and taken over, most likely due to their action in Strymia. So we're stepping back in to somewhat familiar territory to get Bloodspire back. Right. So case in point, if you don't have the tasking up, I'm just going to quickly read off what we have. So Republic Expeditionary Forces press their attack onto IDA controlled territory of a small independent nation, Bloodspire. All right. Still people joining. Once familiar to the Republic, now lays waste to a previous war, with the new IDA control having a grasp of the region. The UHR moves to capture it, fighting for a strategic position in the Strymien corridor, like I said. So your guys' main objective here is going to be reestablishing a beachhead. We're going to be moving in from the west side, kind of into Bloodspire. As you can see in the corner map, this is just a little snippet of the whole of Bloodspire. And how it's going to work, when we complete an objective, or our objectives in the AO, we will unlock other sectors of the map. Saber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys were kind of the test dummies for this game mode. But as we unlock more sectors, we'll move into those, and then if we need to backtrack, those will be available for tasking. So tasking is something we experimented with AlphaCon. You're going to see a lot of tasking, several taskings for Bloodspire. But first and foremost, we need to get established on there. So part one, we're getting in, we're taking out any IDA in this area, and creating contact with the civilian populace, positive contact. And then once we have that foothold, then we can get logistics in and get a basis for moving either to the right or to the north. It's a little misleading. I know everything's kind of pushing up into the corner. This is not the southwest side of Bloodspire. Bloodspire is kind of shaped like that. So the island actually, where'd my marker go? The island kind of goes out this way, if that makes sense. So this is kind of like the northwestern side of Bloodspire. And when we get in here, we're going to push towards the north coast, the northmost coast. Once we have the whole north side captured, then we'll push down the south end of Bloodspire. All right. There's an LHD on this map, but we do not have the LHD with us. That is a leftover from the previous op. We actually have a new class of ship. Whoa, I almost crashed. We actually have a new class of ship that we're going to be running with today. Let me get its name because I already forgot. It is. Hold on. What is updating on my computer right now? The ATD-12 packs in. I totally forgot I was installing Ace Combat, and like my computer is not happy right now. Anyway,
baby, let's go.
We have the Paxan, which is our new amphibious assault ship. It's very similar to an LHT, only that it's more of a cross between a LHD and a destroyer. It's kind of a command expeditionary ship. It is a warship, and we're going to be using that for the entirety of the Blessed Bar campaign. It's going to move with us along the coast, so we'll always have it there, and then it'll act as our resupply and deploy point for all of our ops for this. We had something similar for the LHD in our recent ops, where it was kind of like our starting point. Very similar, but it's going to act a lot more than just a spawn. It's going to have all of the equipment and redeploy stuff. Yes.
Not going into any further detail, speaking to the mayor, is that kind of a similar system to what we've used?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Will that be in UHR comms, or where will that be?
I will mention that during the brief of the op tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So other than that, that's a lot of information I just threw at you, but case in point, pretty simple. We're going to the area and getting rid of IDA, making sure not to harm any of the civilians, of course. We have 3 marshals tomorrow and 1 Pawnee. I know we've already filled up almost all of the Pawnee, or almost all of the marshals. Tinker, are you here? Do we have an update on that?
So, like, at least 1 more person, at least.
Okay.
If you don't get any but 1 by tomorrow, I can drive for it.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
We have no slick presence, so you're free to do anything you want.
Alright.
Alright, so that's what's going on. Why are there people leaving? They're just not in the game, they've just been chilling. I don't know. Anyway, I think Major crashed, actually.
Oh, it was May.
I guess. I even realized she joined. Alright, so, yeah, Coco.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, this map looks different, and I think it's because the terrain color. I don't know if it's just my colorblind ass or if it's just like a different biome, but it looks different to me. Am I crazy?
Yes, it is different. So you guys have been on a lot of high cliff, like high seawall, tropic weather. This is a very low seawall with mountains leading up, cold weather. It is definitely very opposite to where we were. There will be snow at some point. There's just not snow tomorrow.
My other question was, I don't know if you mentioned where we're landing, or if I just missed it, but
so that'll be up to the meeting. We got 3 amphibious marshals and 1 Pawnee. We're kind of starting and going this way, but you know, we can decide where we want to go.
I can bring it up at the meeting, but I see 2 objectives and primary objectives off rip that the Pawnee can just immediately smack. So
keep in mind they have heavy anti-air presence. And the Pawnee doesn't have a lot of flares, so we gotta be careful with that.
I have a rearm on the ship, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You
It's
get
like a fat rip.
No, it's
Bro just took a fucking
ass
blinker in the
bro.
mid sentence.
He had to hit the blicky.
All right, so we're all good with the map. Any other questions?
We have friendlies, it says on the document.
Does it?
Yeah. Is that still true? On-site friendly forces are present. Check your fire.
Oh, Well, that's not true for part 1, but it will be for part 2. So,
Okay.
Alright. Like I said, how this kind of like a macaroni shape. We have friendly forces super far north. You're not going to run into them for this part. Yeah,
Okay.
Techie.
So this is like a new type of ship. So will it have any KR-based weapons on it, or is it just regular?
No, it doesn't have any of that.
All right.
Yeah, don't get used to the KR luxury, techie.
Yeah, that's only on the destroyers.
We spent so many fucking supply
Yes,
points
yeah.
on our KR strikes.
So, in the doc, it also mentions that we don't know if they're like, gonna help us or not, right? Or whether they're gonna shoot us or not. PID probably gonna be really, really, really fucking essential.
Yep.
Because I
Definitely.
imagine
Especially for
if we end up shooting them, they're gonna end up probably not wanting to work with us going future, and that can make our lives a lot harder.
Right. If in case you're not sure what Steyer is talking about, Steyer is referring to, on the dock, it mentions that Blesbar does have its own military. It is a very small, like, defense, force, and we don't know the current status of them. We don't know if they're still around. We don't know if they're inducted to the IDA or they're fighting the IDA. We're not sure. That is a side objective to figure out while we're in Blesbar, and the relation to us. It would be ideal that they are friendly to us and they kind of act as a Green Force situation, getting rid of the IDA. But like I said, we haven't been to this region in years, so we're not entirely sure of the motive. That being said, there is a lot of previous war stuff still here. So be careful, especially infantry, for mines and stuff like that. Luckily, most of that should be inert by this time because it's been over a decade. Just watch yourself. Get another question.
Yeah.
Is there any like camo differences between IDA and Blesbar forces?
So we don't
Do you know
know
what they
because
look
we
like?
haven't seen Blesbar in a while.
Oh, that's great. So I guess
Yeah.
anything doesn't fucking look like IDA. Okay.
We know what
Yep,
IDA looks
so,
like. and
PID
we know
your
what,
target.
It's
You know what
probably
IDA looks like.
We
You
know
guys
what
know
the
what-
raid group looks like.
So
fucking,
check your targets.
fucking
What?
who else?
stick.
I don't understand the question.
PRC.
Independent because Blesbar is its own country. Right. Any other questions? Take it.
Can we get the high-res map and voice text?
Yep.
We're just gonna refer to Blesbar forces as Green 4.
We can for now. Yep.
All right.
Dope.
Cryoic.
Just everyone else here, make sure you look out for PRC as well. Those guys last stop that were walking in with the AK-12s and the lasers and the quad nods on their head.
Quad knots.
Those guys are
slicks.
Orange 4 working with the IDA, so if you see them, they're enemy as
We
well.
have pictures. We should post them.
There's a
before
photo of this map,
Depot
high res and
Micah.
voice text, if you want to take a look.
Yeah, I wasn't there at
Glorious.
the previous op, so I have no idea
I
what
don't
the
expect
PRC look like.
I don't
It was
expect
great.
it's an war discussion. I don't really expect to see them though, honestly. I feel like that was just an operation to try and shut down our relays. But just in case.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Let's move on to gameplay stuff. All right. So gameplay for UHR and VR chat. Not much has changed recently. I'll be honest with you. Most of my dev time is spent over in Invictus. I've done a few things. For one, you guys saw firsthand last op. The repair tool actually works now. Hooray! It's not just a cosmetic. And you did see that it works on friendly vehicles. And the infantry AI got a little bit of tweaking to where it makes them a little more responsive. Hopefully your performance was okay last stop. I've been doing a lot of performance stuff. And it's because this is kind of a larger op. Granted, there's a lot of sightline breakage. Little technical dev note for you in VR. If there's a break of line of sight, that helps a lot with performance. That happens a lot in this map. So we should be relatively the same, if not better, than our previous ops in terms of performance for Blessbar. That being said, two major things they got adjusted. Number one is Ace. You can now take less damage than before. This was present at the previous op. It was 5 hit points previously. We went from 3 to 5, and now we're back down to 3. The reason for this is because we had added additional states where you could get impaired if an explosion happened near you, or if you took excessive damage while in a vehicle. That can still happen. That hasn't been taken away, but there's no longer a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because it made it a little confusing for some of our newer medics, how there's still a stage 1, 2, and 3 in terms of healing, but then there wasn't that for health. So I reverted it back to the 3. There's still all of the stages that were present in the Ace update are still there, but it is simplified to where you can take 3 hit points of damage before you are needing defibs. All right. It's same as before. If you take a headshot, that is instantly 3, meaning that you are dead and you need defib. That has not changed. So a headshot is instant die. So watch yourself. Yes.
Yeah, and the AI is mainly meant to target center mass, though, right? Unless if
the AI will aim for you.
Showing.
Yeah, your center mass. Although I will say your player tracker, this is kind of like a metagaming dev note. Your player tracker is your head. That is a VR chat limitation. So they are technically aiming for your head. So just, they're not super aim body, but don't stick out like a prairie dog.
Like TF2 with the spin bot snipers.
Yes. You also saw last stop I brought back the sharpshooters. If you were at last stop,
Oh yes.
you're gonna see those a lot more different AI types. So be on the lookout for that. Yes, Crow.
Those guys are IDA, right?
Yes, those are IDA.
Question.
Yep.
Is the sharpshooter like that really old op where it had the glint from afar, and it had the helicopter with a minigun, but the glare and the glint was shooting at the players?
Very similar, but I don't do the glare anymore.
Okay.
You'll have to figure out where he's sat from the tracer.
Oh, fun.
I mean, the sound can tell you a lot too, because honestly, you do
True,
the
yeah.
sound
Sound too.
How far
Really
away
fun
can
when
they
nearly
engage you
took
from?
my head off.
It depends. They have a much further line of sight than the enemy does. I don't want to give you exact meters because that would be kind of cheating.
Yeah, I wanted to know if they're going to be instantly shooting at us off spawn.
No,
Because
they won't.
That would be weird.
I wouldn't put a sniper right here and have them. No, that's bullshit. For the most part, you can consider the spawn ship to be a safe zone. Any other questions on those gameplay stuff? Okay. The second thing is the launchers. You guys got some time in on the Titans. Hold on one second. And the Carl G kind of got a little bit of an update with the new camera. The thing I'm changing is the velocity, because right now you can't really hit a little far. Same goes for the Titan launcher. The range was kind of short, all things considered. So both the AT and the AA are getting a velocity update that increases the velocity of the round. So this doesn't mean that the max possible range of the round is increased. It just means that the round is going faster, so therefore it'll go further. If you're used to lining up something on the crosshairs of the AT at a certain distance, you might need to get extra practice in with that. I will make sure to I won't be able to do it before this up, but moving forward from Blessbar, I will make sure to do it in the proper worlds with the new update so you can get time to practice on that. Yes.
Does the Titan AA still make vehicles like get shot into the explode whenever you get into it with holding it?
I don't think so. I think that's unfixed. We can do a test.
You fixed it, I think.
Okay.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we fixed it because we had it. I think in one of the recent ops, Guerrilla. Yeah, I think it's been fixed. If not, then same as always. Code blue. I'll teleport you back. Whatever. But it should be fixed. I did redo the script for that. Quinn.
So with the velocity being increased, does that also technically mean that the range for both is increased? Because it's going faster, it'll go further as well.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Oh, okay. I must have missed it. I was also gonna ask if the targeting range for the AA was also like increased to reflect the newer launch speed.
Yes.
Okay, dope. Awesome.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little off topic. Did you get around to throwing one of those practice repair things in the shoot house world?
Good question. I don't believe I did, but I could.
Engineers this Sunday.
I believe I did. If not, I will. And if I still don't, you can just use that testing world. I'll send you a link to that.
Yeah.
Because that one has 3 of the ones that we use at the op, in case.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions on any of this stuff? All right, cool. Let's talk about Invictus. All right. So Invictus is our standalone game. If you haven't seen any of the pings or not sure what it is everything that we're doing in VR chat, but better on its own game. It is now live on the store in Steam. You cannot buy it yet, but you can wishlist. Please do that. When you wishlist a game, it's like liking a video on YouTube. It gets pushed up in the list. So please do that. The current state, I've already done a lot of different things, and I've only been working on it for maybe 2 weeks or so. We have proper ballistics, so you can shoot through different surfaces. We have terrain deformation, lots of optimization stuff. There's a few things that I'm still trying to figure out, like hand and finger tracking. Still not sure how to do that, so I gotta look into that. I do plan on having full body support as well as HOTAS, wheel, and other controller stuff input. The great thing about having our own game is I have like way more freedom in what we're doing. So we all have different headsets, at least for the most part. I literally only have the Index, and I have like some shitty eBay Mad Catz joystick. So if you have joysticks or wheels or different headset or controllers than I do, it would be great if you would help me test that input. I don't have a way to emulate the other controllers and stuff. Not that I am putting it on the top priority list, but apparently there's still people that have Windows Mixed Reality headsets in UHR, so I need to make sure it works with those. Yeah.
Wild.
God damn.
I'm surprised it still works.
Dead ass.
It's a fucking Nokia fucking VR.
Yeah, for real. But if you haven't looked at the calendar yet, next weekend we have Operation Jingle Bells. It's a joke op, but it's gonna be pretty fun. Christmas themed op. We're gonna save or destroy Christmas, whatever you want to do. If you want to pick a
I'm killing
team.
Santa Claus.
Burn it
Alright.
all.
Grinch Mac
The
thing.
following
killing
weekend,
Santa Claus and
so
becoming
the
Santa Claus.
27th of December, which is after Christmas, it's a Saturday after Christmas. I know that's kind of a bad time because some people might be visiting with family, but if you are available on that weekend, we're going to be network testing our game. So it'll be the first time as a group in UHR we get in Invictus multiplayer. I do already have single player builds of Invictus. If you would like to mess around with what's in the game already, it just has some guns on a table and some targets and the terrain. Warning that the IK is utter dog shit, and I don't have any auto calibrate or auto recenter stuff in the game. So play at your own risk, I guess. Otherwise, you'll be in the floor or in the ceiling. And then our first bug: if you have Steam VR open for too long, your controllers freeze. I don't know. So I'll post a build of the game and voice text after E.I.T. You guys are wanting to do a quick meeting. Okay, so after the quick meeting, I'll post a build, and then, you know, people who are playing Minecraft, if we're doing the Minecraft thing, we can go do that, and then anybody who's not, you're welcome to play the build. I'll post in voice text.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not in the Freelancer Discord, my game studio Discord, please join it. All of the updates and everything in the event for playtesting is happening over there. That's on my main Discord profile. Right? Let's see. All right. Steam being a cunt. This topic.
Are you gonna
Alright, so-
upload your Invictus files also to your freelancer Discord?
Yeah, that's where all of the playtests will be in there. There is not. Actually, wait. There might be. You might need the playtester role. Hold on.
Can we expect any Radman Easter eggs in Invictus?
Definitely. There's already an achievement for finding the banana in the game.
Oh yes.
So, trust me, all of the inside jokes will be present. There is not a build for Redmond, but I can give you a older one if you want to check that one out too. All right. So that should be it. Steam is being kind of a pain in the ass for the playtest. In order for me to give you guys keys to have access to the game, the playtest store page has to be live, and they're being a total pain in the dick about the naming convention and the pictures and this and that. I don't know why, but the game itself and the playtests are two different app IDs and two different store pages, even though if you click on one, they both go to the main game. It's super dumb. I don't know why they do it this way. Hopefully they get back to me before the playtest so I can actually give people keys. But basically I have 100 keys allotted for the playtest. This does not, keep in mind, this doesn't give you the game itself. It'll just give you open access to the playtest. I will be updating the playtest as I'm developing it. So if you want to be playing and giving feedback or whatever as I'm creating it, the playtest is the way to do that. And then once the actual game itself is out, that is what you will install in Steam. All right? If you've already gotten a build from me of Invictus, like if I just like handed you a random zip file, it's probably best to delete that to get the Steam version, because Steam is really picky about having a Steam game installed elsewhere, and they might revoke your key. So if you already played a zip file from me that has the Steam app ID file in the folder, either delete the zip file or delete the Steam app ID text file. All right. Any final questions for EIT? I know this was kind of short, but we don't have a lot of people. Nope. When Invictus comes out is when it will cost money, but you guys will have free access if you come to the playtest. Until it's released on Steam. I haven't decided a price, but it's not going to be anything crazy. So you'll have free access as being UHR person until I've published the full version, which is probably not for a while. Yeah.
What do you plan on doing with the VR models after Invictus is fully done?
Well, technically speaking, I don't own most of the stuff that we use. Like you guys probably already know, most of our vehicles are from Arma. Most of the avatar stuff is like private creators, Arma, Battlefield. I believe we have some Tarkov stuff too. Like certain gun stocks and stuff for Tarkov, like the slick gun stock is Tarkov. The recon guns, Tarkov. So a lot of that stuff is going to go away because I can't use it and I'll have to recreate it. That being said, though, a lot of things that we do use, I do have permission to use. Like, for example, like all of the props that I always use, the table, all of the respawn beacons and the button, like the mirror button, I own that asset pack. The office stuff, you guys always see, like the whiteboards, I don't know, the donut box that you see in like every building, all that stuff I own access to. The doors, all that stuff. So I probably own like
come back.
Yeah, the only thing I have to remake is like the characters and the vehicles.
Okay.
And I probably will, once we fully switch over to Invictus, which is like way down the road. Once we're fully off VR chat, I'll probably be deleting everything off of VR chat. I have very negative feelings about this platform.
Fair enough.
So I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Just one thing to add for Jose. Do you want to
Yeah.
keep using Bishop or do you want to swap it to Marshall 1 for call
We
sign?
could probably switch it. I haven't decided yet.
Alright,
If there are no more questions, that is it for EIT, and I will see you at the meeting